anything. I tell women that
All right, I just saw this on the For You page. I like this guy. Amir Odom. He's a based man, gay gentleman, I believe. But I don't know. He seems to be a big proponent of humans acting like humans. So let's check it out.
Why do I need to be called cis anything? I tell women that they're jealous.
This is blatant misogyny.
More than ever, biological women are speaking out about their frustrations with trans women, and that's exactly what we'll be talking about in this video. From feeling erased to feeling unheard, we're going to be getting into it all, and let this be a reminder that you are not alone for having the thoughts that you have. You're not crazy or bigoted or transphobic for having some of the views that we're going to get into in this video. We're all allowed to have our own opinion, and that's exactly what we're here for. So if you like this kind of honest, real commentary, be sure to subscribe, and let's get right into this video.
I feel like trans women are the only group of women that are above critique, because anytime you attempt to say anything to the trans community, it's labeled as transphobic.
And this happens so much, so often to me, maybe a lot of you guys out there, where you say one little thing, like for example, hey, I'm not the biggest fan of like trans kids. Like I know some trans adults, and like that's not my cup of tea, you do you. But when it comes to minors, maybe we should just leave them alone. You bigot, you transphobic, leave them alone, you're this, you're that. When the whole time you're just a rational human being with an honest opinion. And truly, it's the LGBTQ community that's pushing away people that actually support some of them. They're pushing away their own allies. Like it's like you're not even allowed to critique one thing, and the second you do, you're labeled as a bigot, transphobic, the list goes on.
That's how.
Oh, it's because I feel like the whole premise is so feeble and weak to begin with. So like any sort of critique just kind of makes it crumble in on itself, especially when it comes to like children, because you're like, hey, you don't look like you're in the best shape. You don't look like you're in the best state mentally. So let's keep that away from children. No. Bigot, Nazi. Yeah. I understand where he's coming from.
How are we supposed to have allyship with a group that we can't even speak on? Fear of being canceled.
She's speaking facts here. It's like, how can you say you want biological women to have your back, be an ally as a trans?
You cannot be canceled by a group of people that make up less than 1% of the population. Just remember that.
Trans women, whole time, biological women are scared to even say anything. The second you have a biological woman speak up for themselves on behalf of biological women, you're calling them bigots, you're calling them names, you're canceling them, they're getting exiled from their friend group. It's like you hate them so much for just sharing a simple opinion.
Through Instagram, and I saw like, you know, some trans girls talking, and they were like, kept saying, oh yeah, we're giving fish, it's giving fish. And y'all can go look up what that means, but I realized very quickly that this is a misogynistic term that means, you know, it's giving that you were born a cisgender woman.
Yes, fish really, if you don't know what fish really came from ballroom culture, drag culture, like in the Black community. And fish means like you're giving fish, you're looking like a biological woman, like you're so passing, you look like a woman. And fish, private parts, like, you know, that's what it's alluding to.
So I'm in the comments.
We live in a time in history, man. We certainly live in a fucking time, dude.
I'm like, hey, like this is misogyny, like this is blatant misogyny, labeling women as fish, knowing that the term fishy has been historically used to talk bad about women's genitalia. And I immediately got bombarded with comments about me, I need to mind my own community's business. I'm a TERF this.
And then TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminist, which we're going to get into later on in this video, is basically a term that it's so stupid. You guys, okay, we have male and we have female. We have feminist derived from what word? Female. We know female to be a woman. And now there's TERFs, which are the feminists that are trans exclusionary, because the TERFs are the main people saying, hey, I want to focus on biological women. I want to focus on real women. I'm not too concerned about trans women, trans men. Trans women don't concern me. They are a version of male, but we are still females and we deserve to have our own spaces. And now that's a whole divide and it's just ridiculous. But it's so easy for them to slap around this label turf just to like silence someone or make someone sound stupid.
Just now talking about this now is that it did effectively silence me, right? Term was used to generate fear within inside me so that I would not continue to push back, but also create rhetoric around my name and my page so that I would be viewed as an unsafe person for trans people.
All of this was bound to happen. Honestly, like if we are looking at the grander scope of things, this right here, this divide that we're seeing between trans women and biological women who used to be in support of trans women or was really fighting for them, this divide, this split was bound to happen. Because in order for us to progress as a society, in order for us to have actual conversations, we have to have a basis of what things mean and understanding and definition. And this new wave LGBTQ community doesn't have that. You're saying,
dude, it's not even just LGBT community. I feel like it's just kind of the way that things are kind of just conducted now. That words don't mean anything in particular. Like you can assign any meaning to any word that you want, and people have to consider it valid.
You're saying if you transition from male to female, that makes you a trans woman, but then you're also saying trans women are women. So there's no distinction between a trans woman and a woman, you're just a woman. And I'm just sitting here like, if that's the case, everything's null and void. If men can be women and women can be men, that means we're all equal and there's no real differences between us. And if there are differences, that's not bigoted to point that out. So if you have a
Well, and it would also be it just ignores anything, any and all logic. It's rough trying to wrap your brain around it.
feminist group that's focused on women that's now allowing trans women to occupy that space, you done made the umbrella too big. You now things just don't make sense. And so all this riffraff is bound to happen. I saw the writing on the wall immediately.
Arrested, accused of sexually assaulting teen in Walmart bathroom. Adults who had 17 sexually assaulted child in Palmdale Denny's bathroom.
Before we even dive even more into this video, I want to set the stage and really shut down any preconceived notions that trans women, drag queens, the whole nine, they're immune from critique. So when you have biological women say, hey, I don't like how trans women or people are pretending to be trans are coming into the women's bathrooms, they're being predatory, they're doing this and that, it's real. Even Trixie Mattel, we talked about in the last video briefly, she's a drag queen. I may even put that clip in here. She's a drag queen. I was like, well, I never heard of a drag queen doing anything bad.
I was looking for like information on whether or not drag queens have ever been, like stats on drag queens being pedophiles. 0. There's no drag queens being arrested for sexual assault of children. That doesn't happen.
Here's examples. I never heard of trans people doing anything bad in bathrooms. Here's examples. It's just that
Dude, you could call it like, this was a debate over 10 years ago, man, when this shit all started. And I forget exactly what happened. Somebody might have to remind me. But it was just something happened where there was like a big debate. It was like 2016, I think. But there's just a big debate about whether trans women should be able to use the women's restroom. And a lot of, I guess, the more right-wing arguments about the thing were like, no. Because just some fucking creepy dude is going to say he's a woman and fucking go in there and assault someone's daughter. Like, no. It's like, if a guy was going to do that, he would just go in there and do that. But then you see all of these cases where that exact same thing has happened. That people were afraid was going to happen.
Media doesn't show you this. Why? Because, oh, it's going to be transphobic. It's going to be bigoted for calling that out. But we do it for everyone else. If a black man's doing some crime, you're like, oh, well, this black man did this crime. So we can't just sit up here and say this trans woman did this crime. We can't just blast that out on CNN.
This just happened.
They don't even want to show black people committing crimes anymore, man. They begged for the body cam footage and regretted that shit immediately. Oh my god, bro. They wanted body cam footage for every interaction at every single time. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen anything walked back. That's a whole different topic, though.
42-year-old transgender dressed as a schoolgirl arrested after taking photos of girls in school restroom. A transgender sentenced to 7 years for raping female prisoner. It was a man who raped a female. This article is calling this predator, this man, by his preferred pronouns, but he assaulted a 10-year-old girl in the supermarket bathroom. Here we have a drag queen, because I know y'all like to say that they don't ever do anything, charged with 25 counts of felony child sexual abuse material. Here was another drag queen that they hired for story time.
Not only is it like everybody commits fucking crimes, but it is like an overwhelming amount of this community that engages in underage escapades.
And they didn't know about his...
The list goes on, you guys. So we bring this up to set the stage and say, hey, the concerns that biological women bring up are valid. They are. It's not bigoted. It's not hateful, transphobic to point out these cases and say, hey, there are some really bad people who have taken advantage of this, and it's weird, it's creepy, and I don't like it. That they are all within their right to call that out and point it out. So you'll look up the cases if you want to. They're there.
I knew that feminists were eventually going to have these conversations online about trans women and being called a TERF and how bullshit of a term that is. I have a lesbian family member, and about 2 years ago, she came to me and told me that this was going to be an issue for feminists eventually. And I knew that there were inevitably going to be trans women that are going to ruin it for the rest of them. I knew the term TERF wasn't to be taken seriously when a girl on here was called a TERF for being like, hey, why do trans women need to be in period product commercials and be included in that? They don't get their period.
My marketing brain understands that because they're trans women. Majority of their following is women, or people who at least mark themselves as women in social media. So the tampon commercial just sees the numbers. They just see the metrics. They just see, oh, if I sponsor this person, it's going to have female eyes. That's where my marketing brain goes.
I mean, it's like the same concept as having, like, I don't know, a fucking... somebody who's just really a male, like a male actor who's really popular with women being in, like, ads that are targeted towards women. Like Justin Bieber being in product ads that are targeted towards little girls. It's like, yeah, they just see the numbers of what's in front of them. They're not really too worried about the political or social implications of it.
But I can understand the feminist viewpoint in that why are we even giving a biological male a room to talk about tampons? Give that to a real biological woman, give that to a model, give that to an up-and-coming creator. Why is this biological man front and center on a tampon?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. It would be like if I saw a commercial for me, like black people out there that know what a new dread sponge is, but like it would be like if I saw fucking Ryan Gosling in a black hair care commercial. It'd be like I fuck with Ryan Gosling. I like Ryan Gosling, but I don't trust that you've used this product in the way that it's intended.
That's a fair question.
Like, you don't get your period. It's not the end of the world when biological women don't always include you in certain things, because there are certain things that you don't have anything to do with because you're not a biological woman. Like, it's okay, you'll live.
And it's not hateful to say that. If you are openly saying you are a trans woman, transitioning from what? a male. You are a type of male. You're a version of male, but you will never be a woman. And that's not hateful. That's important to call out and point out because we need to protect who? Women's spaces. Biological women. They have the right to have their own spaces, feel protected, not feel attacked, and to have biological men infiltrate all these spaces, take over. They're getting tired of it. And it's so.
I think it's a lot part to do with jealousy as well, you know? Because you see how women are treated by the majority of people. Like,
Sad to the point you have a biological woman point that out, boom, you call them a turf, boom, you call them transphobic, you call them hateful, and that's not the case. Half the women watching this video right now are not hateful beings, are not bigots for having these opinions. They're very simple.
Not always going to include you. And it's so fucking stupid and unfair that women are afraid to say these things because they're going to be deemed as transphobic. I know people are going to call me transphobic now after posting this. I know that. I know people are going to call me a turf. I don't care. Because I'm not transphobic. I don't care what people do with their bodies. I don't care if you want to become a man or a woman. I don't care. And I will fight for your...
Most people feel this way. I truly feel that. Most people feel this way. If you are a grown, consenting adult, mind your business. Do you. Just don't impede on my spaces. Don't impede on my rights. Don't impede on children. If you are minding your business as a legal adult, doing your own thing, go for it. But the second you're in my spaces, the second you're intruding me, and I call that out, now I'm hateful? Oh no, now you've lost the plot. Now you're pushing people away from even wanting to deal with you at all. That's what's happening.
Right to be able to live peacefully in society. Trans rights are human rights, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that every single thing I talk about in my feminism is going to include you. And I'm not going to sit here and be afraid to say shit because I don't want to be deemed as a turf or transphobic.
Love this woman. Love her down, and that viewpoint is beautiful because even the term trans exclusionary radical feminist, yeah. Yes, I'm going to exclude trans from this feminist movement because this feminist movement is focused on biological women. That's not a bad thing. It's like it brings me back to this whole notion that I get called transphobic by some people for not being attracted to trans men because trans men are men. I'm sorry. I don't want no damn kitty cat. I'm gay.
What do you think he signed up for this for? He signed up for it for the schlong, for the Long Johnson. With that bulge, bro. It's like, you see, oh man, on Feds. I call Threads Feds because it's full of Feds. But I see on there a lot of people are like, it's not gay to be attracted to trans women as a straight man. Like, bro, if they had a penis once upon a time or currently, that's gay. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
I don't want a chalupa. I know. Give me a churro, and I'm calling it a day. Give me a burrito. Give me a fat burrito, a churro, and I'm calling it a day. I don't want a chalupa. I don't want no kitty cat. I don't want no part of that. And that's the whole reason I'm what? Gay. I'm a biological male that likes a biological male. But this society and the amount of people who have been so empathetic and what really had happened was we have grown this society to be so coddling, so accepting of everyone and not really pushing back on the crazy bad shit stuff, you know? It's okay. They think this. They're not hurting anybody. They're not hurting anybody. They're hurting. This sounds a little much, but they're hurting the fabric of society, of us just being able to have an actual conversation when you're demeaning the value of words, and we can't even have a conversation anymore.
Well, and I mean, and it ties back, not even ties back, but fucking people like to make fun of this argument sometimes, but it's like, if you ask them, what is a woman? They cannot answer it. They cannot answer it. All they'll say is somebody that identifies as a woman, which is a dog shit definition because it does not explain at all what a woman is. But a woman is somebody who, how do they phrase it, is of the nature to give birth. Which all that means is that if everything is going correctly, they will be able to reproduce.
We can't. I know somebody that says
and a trans woman can't do that. But that's like I don't think the term cis is necessary. Like,
trans. Oh, this is gonna fuck me up like in that Jubilee episode.
A trans man is woman transitioning to man.
Oh shit! See, it's so confusing.
Yeah, so
ran a female to male who didn't chop off any bits and pieces. Literally just got a haircut. Female to male dating a man that's a gay couple and equal to me and my gay husband. In what world? That's all.
Bro, we call that being straight the long way, bro. It's just being straight the long way, man. You're just fucking normal the long way. You just took 5 detours to get there, man. Holy shit.
Whole straight couple in cosplay. The girl done got a pixie cut. And they're calling herself a dude. You ain't no nigga.
That nigga wore a wig, bro.
This planet, ghetto. It's ghetto. It's truly just gotten to the point where nothing.
I fucking love this guy.
And it's sad, and I'm glad more people are speaking out. This woman's bold and brash. She's like, I don't care if you call me a TERF. I'm all for accepting and fighting and all that, but I'm not gonna sit here and accept that just because you are a trans woman, you are not involved in everything regarding a woman. You're not. That makes total sense. And she's also right in the sense that if you have anybody that calls this out, that says the things that she's saying, you really are stuck with one of two options. Either A, you are like this person right here, where she said all these things, she's standing on business, she means what he says, she doesn't care about the backlash, and she good, or you end up like this person.
Moving forward, I will be more mindful to be more explicit in my inclusion and championing of trans rights, as well as quick to silence any detractors that make their way into my comment section.
This is just pitiful. This woman right here, this biological
Zero backbone. This is this is what having zero spine does to somebody. This is what having zero idea what you actually believe in does to somebody.
woman made a video, just made a video talking about feminism and the differences between it all and how, like, you know, why are the some trans men included in all this? Just really just being open and kind of how we do here on this channel, having an honest conversation about it all. Them trans people tore her to shreds. And here we are, where you're sitting on your TikTok sobbing, boo-hoo, like somebody's dead, like boo-hoo sobbing because the trans community was gonna cancel you and they're calling you names, they're calling you TERF, this, that, this, that. This is why some people just don't say shit. And it's sad because the squeaky wheel gets the oil and these damn trans people ain't scared of shit. They are being very, very vocal, and we need more women, like the last video that we went through, like that. Just stand 10 toes down. Stand 10 toes down. This is how I feel. This is what's going on. And you're good. Because this does not help anybody. It doesn't. I feel bad for her.
But you know what's kind of funny though? Is you don't see the inverse of this. You don't see female to male trans people like fucking fighting tooth and nail to get into like primarily male spaces. Like, you don't. Like, usually if there's a fucking friend group that's like sort of diverse like that, it's typically a bunch of weirdos. But yeah, you don't really ever see that. Like, I can't think, like, you don't see female to male trans people fighting to get into men's sports. That's not a huge debate. Because I think at the end of the day, it's, people aren't jealous of the way that guys are treated by society at large. I don't think all that many people are jealous of that. So I think if somebody is going from female to male trans, it's not because they want to like fully assume the identity of a male. I think it's mainly to do with psychological reasons and issues they have with their own body, not necessarily how society's treating them, where I feel like the reverse is different, where you have male to female. They want to get in all of the women's spaces, and they want to get into, they want to be in fucking the same sports. They want to pretty much obfuscate any sort of line between trans women and real women.
She sobbing, boo-hooing, and clearly going through it mentally over this whole issue and her like fear of getting canceled and all that. Y'all, I have all these sources linked below. You can look into her story. But this is what y'all do. The trans community are just, a good chunk of them are just bullies. And some of the women out there too, on behalf of the trans community, just bullies. Because like, yes, we have trans women and biological women beefing, but we also have like biological women still very supportive of the trans women, very vocal for them. When in reality, it is the trans women that are impeding on all their spaces, tearing everything down, and making nothing make sense.
A trans woman says a DeKalb County police officer confronted her for using the women's bathroom at a public library in Tucker, and an internal investigation has now been launched. So here's what...
I cannot imagine why somebody would have called the police for this person going into the women's restroom. What fucking bizarro reality are we living in, dude?
Sasha Swinson says happened.
He says, "Excuse me, sir," so misgendering me right away.
He says, "Excuse me, sir. He misgendered me immediately."
Not a woman, that's obvious.
Swinson says she tried to
What? Excuse me, sir, but if you couldn't tell, I am a woman. I am actually the most womanly of women. How could you not tell? It's ma'am.
explain to the officer that they identify as a woman, but claims the officer got angry.
Bro, that cop was not trying to hear that shit, bro. That cop showed up. And that motherfucker probably admitted to being in the bathroom off rip because he thought he was in the right. Off rip probably admitted to being in the women's restroom. And that cop was like, "What the fuck are you doing in the women's restroom?" Fucking based police.
This is a police matter. There are women and little girls.
I need a moment. I need a moment.
Oh my god, bro. It's crazy. We live in a time, bro. We certainly live in a time.
I lied. I said I needed a moment, but really what happened is I went and got a shot. So I hope you have your beverage too if you are drinking. I haven't taken a shot in forever. I've really cut back on drinking a lot. I'm trying to get this body snatched and it's working. It's working. But however, I digress. I have my shot right here. This is in a Six Flags Magic Mountain shot glass. I collect shot glasses everywhere I travel to. I grab a shot glass and I just put it in my luggage. This one from Magic Mountain. It is. It's one for its hitter. So you can choose up.
Them.
Tequila. Ooh. Feels so good.
There, I have to protect them.
Okay, I forgot all about this bitch. You don't have to protect nothing. This is why women are fed up. Back in the day, you would've got your ass jumped. You would've got beat. Bink, bink, gone. Done for. And what happened is, you got too many women out here, biological women, scared to say anything. Which, hell, I would be scared. If I was a woman and I saw this ogre walking in the bathroom, I would be spooked too. I would be spooked magooked.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Imagine you're like a fucking 7-year-old girl, dude, and you go into the public restroom. Where are they at? Like the public library or something? Wherever the fuck they are. You walk into the restroom by yourself. You're like 7, 8 years old, little girl, and you have a literal grown man walk in. Like. It's like the fucking troll scene in the very first Harry Potter, dude. It's just fucking ogre troll walking up.
So I get it. However, the people like this and the Lilitinos and all them are just what's messing everything up. You are. You're ruining everything, making everything look bad, and this is why a lot of biological women are like, no. At first, I feel like a lot of biological women were low-key not so much cool with, but they like didn't care about the more passing trans women. If a trans woman in the bathroom and they're not minding their business, they didn't care too much. I'm a guess, I'm gonna assume, because all of a sudden now, when we see people like this, just stomp.
No, they cared, dude. They cared. They're just afraid to fucking say anything because you would get your job taken away from you, dude. You'd get all of your friends would stop talking to you. It was just, you'd be a pariah if you, well, I just kind of wish that women's restrooms were for women.
Bust up in the bathroom. That's when it makes headlines. That's when cops are being called and people are having a fit. So all this right here, this makes total sense why more women, biological women, have been more vocal about all these issues regarding the bathrooms.
I'm really curious, and I don't want to fight, but cis women, like the ones that get upset about being called cis women, why is that? Because a lot of the argument that I'm seeing is I don't need an identifier. I'm just a woman. I was born a woman. I am a woman. Which, okay.
I know a lot. Let me know in the comments below if you're like this too. I know a lot of women in my life who do not like that term cis. I'm a woman. I'm point blank a woman. You can be a trans woman.
Dude, I mean, it's the same with dudes and cis male. Like, there isn't a single cis male that would ever describe themselves as a cis male. They would just say that they are a male or I'm a man. Like, the only time that you would ever do that is if you're prompted to on like a form that you're filling out or something. Like, it's ridiculous.
But you are a version of a man. You are transitioning, attempting to. I'm a woman. Leave it at that.
I'm confused why you're not okay with that. Because, like, I don't see y'all going around, oh, don't call me straight, don't call me this, I hate labels. Like, why are you just all of a sudden hating labels because...
Here we go.
It differentiates you from a trans woman?
First of all, why do we need to be categorized as something else to make you feel comfortable? Why is that? Why do I need to be called cis anything? You already are a transgender woman. So that is the marker.
Oh.
That's the way that we differentiate a woman versus a trans woman, because you're a trans.
I mean, it's basic. I don't know. What would you describe that as? Language? Like, you have fat-free, like, let's say you have fat-free milk. You're not gonna have fat-full milk. Like, fucking sugar-free soda. Like, you're not gonna, oh yeah, let me get the sugared Mountain Dew. Let me get the sugared Dr. Pepper. No. If you want sugar-free, you just get diet. Diet. It's the word that comes before. You don't need a word before that means not diet. That's just the normal version of the thing.
The woman, the control group, the original.
That makes
the control group.
Like the people, like the person we're reacting to, the light skin.
I like that.
They make me feel like I'm crazy, but I'm not. I know you're not crazy either, but it's like, there's a woman and there's trans woman. What's the point of cis woman? Oh, this is a cis woman, this cis woman. It's a woman. We don't need to add a term in front of women just to make you feel more comfortable. Just because you want to be more identified as a woman. You will never, it doesn't matter how many surgeries you get, how many wigs you got, nip tuck, nose tuck, boob jobs, things, itty bitties chopped off. You're never going to be fully a woman. That's not hateful.
I mean, they know this, and that's why they try to fucking blur this line between what a woman is and what a trans woman is, what a cis woman is. It's just like, if we can muddy up the language enough, then maybe we can kind of trick everybody into mentally thinking about all of these different types of people as the same type of people. Like, no. No.
That's science, that's real, it is what it is. So if you're gonna make the lengths to be as extra and as demanding as you are about the situation, you're gonna get called out, and eventually you're gonna get kicked out all these damn spaces.
So why is there a need to call us cisgender? And then you're talking about you don't get mad at people, you don't say, I'm not hetero, I'm not this. Those things are not the same.
They're not at all.
You're not going to come in here and tell me, to make you feel comfortable, I have to call and categorize myself as something else. We don't need to do that.
Yes, this was making that face in the beginning. I'm sitting here like, that don't make no damn sense. It's not the same thing. You can't sit here and relate straight, gay, bi.
Pound town!
Especially like, this is why the LGBT community is so damn big. The LGB is different from the TQ+. They ain't got shit to do with each other, because at the end of the day, sexuality, identity, it don't matter how the hell you define yourself, you still have a sexuality. It's literally different. So
am I still playing WoW? Fuck no, bro. They ruined that game. I took everything Blizzard related off my computer. That shit was ass.
So the whole tent got too big. Perfect. This is what happens when groups and organizations get too damn big. This is what happens, especially when they start off as like very pointed and direct. the LGBT. Now it's the LGBTQIA plus some types of shit. It's excessive. You got feminists.
But they got half the motherfucking alphabet in this shit, dude. They got like 90% of the hold on. What was that? Oh man, where was that? Oh, I don't know how I would find it. Oh no, there's just this lady in fucking got the Kara got the 70 did Kara twice and left, bro. No, it's not this dude. The classic is awful.
It used to be just women, like biological women. Now you're adding
Retail is awful.
And now you're adding in, oh, well, if you don't want to talk about trans women, now you're a TERF. And it just keeps going on. It never ends because we're never going to please everybody on this damn planet. It's impossible. It's quite literally impossible to please every single person on this planet. And if you think you can mandate that, if you think you want to act like some fucking Homelander and make everybody please you, make everybody cater to you, it's not going to happen. You're going to be up for a very, very rude awakening. Because that's just not going to happen. To the day you die, there can be someone that you are pissing off. To the day you die, there's going to be someone you are you are in their head all damn day. And guess what? Don't give a fuck. Don't. You can't care about what everybody thinks about you. And this damn LGBTQ community has gotten way too demanding about how people address them. Refer to them as, respect them, allow them in this space,
Well, no shit, dude. Imagine the mentality of somebody that is confused about if they're male or female. Like, just imagine the think about the issue that people have with control who don't have like extreme mental illnesses. So the normal average person is pretty prone to having like some sort of fucking control issue. Like they want to control things in their immediate vicinity. So imagine the mindset of somebody who doesn't even have control of their feelings. They have no control over like whether or not they want to be male or female. Like they just have such a limited grasp on their own life and their own. God damn, I hate how often this unplugs. But like, fucking imagine the mindset of somebody who has such limited control over anything in their life. They're gonna fucking grasp to control the speech of others. They're gonna try and control people's perception of them. They're going to try to tell people what they see. They're going to tell people what they are instead of just acting like what they are, if that makes any sense.
Let me not. Because I will pop off. I will snap. And I can see the comments now. Let Jamal loose. Jamal be coming out, but sometimes I need to keep it calm, cool, and collected. Because Jamal don't like his blood pressure getting rose. Jamal, sometimes he needs to be put up. And he already got the shot of tequila up in him. Y'all don't want to see a hood.
This dude is fucking funny.
A little buzz Jamal. Oh, worse than Uncle Ruckus, let me tell you.
Because we are biological women. Now, if you wanted to call me anything, you could call me a biological woman. I would be more comfortable with that than cisgender, because who even came up with cisgender? When did this like really start to become a thing? Cisgender originated in the mid 1990s. This is fairly a new age term that we have all had to adopt to make y'all feel comfortable. Like, why do we need a prefix? I don't need a prefix. Because you got one, I got to get one too to make you comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, because they want woman to be this like central theme where it's like trans woman is like one arm of it, cis woman is another arm of it, fucking whatever, the third, fourth, fifth. They're all just arms of this general concept of woman, but nobody can tell you what the actual central idea of a woman is. But it's whatever it's a biological woman is the central thing. So anything else that comes off of that is a variation of what a woman naturally is, which is what they call cisgender. So it's like if cisgender is the base form, then anything that comes after it gets a prefix because it is the offshoot. You know?
Women don't want no part of that. They don't. I truly think if we really like the LGBTQ community left biological women alone and left the children alone and stopped being entitled little bitches, we would be fine. Fine. Oh, all the hate, all the arguments, all that would be out the window. It would. It would not be as bad as it is today. But then you add in the effect of TikTok and social media and people getting paid for this. Getting paid to act a fool, getting paid to complain, getting paid to bitch and moan. Oh.
Getting paid to go into schools and read trans literature towards children who have no concept of what gender or sex is. For sure.
We got a lot of bad actors out there now. We just do.
Woman is not a social identity, though. Adding trans in front of woman doesn't mean that the person we're talking about is actually a type of woman. Trans women are a type of men. Usually we call them trans-identified males in the spaces that I'm in, because even using the word woman is a misnomer. There is no way that trans can change or mutate the word woman in order to include males. That just isn't logical.
It's not logical, and again, for the 1000th time, none of this is hateful. It's all real, it's all facts, it's not bigoted, it's just the truth of the matter. A trans woman honestly doesn't even make...
Okay, so yeah, that is the main fucking point about all this, is nobody is saying like, hey, you don't deserve to vote. You don't deserve to be able to go get treated when you're sick. You don't deserve to be able to ride the bus. You shouldn't be able to drink at drinking fountains. It's just an acknowledgement of reality. It's acknowledging that reality exists and that you have to live within the confines of reality, and that language and speech have meaning, and you can't just conflate words and phrases to match whatever your ideology is that day of the week.
Makes sense, because you're never going to be a woman. You never transitioned into a woman. You transitioned to look like one. Some of them look real good. Some of them, can, in my opinion, can pass. However, that's a very feminine man. It is. At the end of the day, it's a very, very feminine man, but there's room for a little nuance here and there. Like in my Blair White interview that I did, I told it's a great example. Like if we did go out to dinner, we went out to dinner, I'm not going to say, where my dude at? No. Whereas it's a female, she looks like this, like it's just easier. But at the end of the day, even Blair says like it's a type of man.
You have to explain what the social identity of woman means. Do you just mean that they like to be feminine? That they like to wear makeup, or that they like to wear dresses and heels, things that in modern day Western culture we associate with females? As if you mean that, then you're doing the thing that we all tell trans activists that they're doing, which is being sexist. You're reducing women to their social roles that society has placed on them. You come into a bunch of different problems with people like Jeffree Star, very effeminate men who wear makeup, who wear feminine clothes, who appear more feminine, but are still men. You wouldn't know what to do with them because Jeffree Star is a man. He knows he's a man. He doesn't claim a trans identity, and yet he is still very feminine.
And I think that's fine. Like, you can be a very feminine man. There's nothing wrong with that. But if for you to go the lengths of mandating that people respect you as a woman just because you're a whole nigga with a wig and some lipstick, we're not doing that. This is not the world we're living in today. Like, that we just can't do that.
There is no coherent understanding of woman that is not adult human female.
Yeah.
Anytime you try to go outside of that to say someone is literally a woman, and you try to define the word woman to include that person who is not an adult human female,
It falls apart.
You fall into a bunch of holes.
You fall into a bunch of holes, and that's why nobody can clearly define what a woman is. You go to all these people, and I've done the interviews at the Pride parades and the whole nine. You ask a simple question: what is a woman? It's a type of female. Okay, what's a female? You run into all the holes, all the different circles where they can't even define it themselves. And that's what I was going back to with the last conversation, talking about how it seems like definitions are just gone and people have like misconstrued what words mean to begin with. We live in a society where nothing literally makes sense anymore. It doesn't. And how do we expect to have conversations? How do we expect to have debates if we're not even on a clear understanding of what the simplest words even mean in the first place? It makes it hard to really grow. It makes it hard to have these conversations. It makes it hard to just be a regular human being. Like, this, honestly, this whole video is fucking stupid. It is. It is. The fact that I have to sit here and have some of these conversations like this is stupid. And it blows my mind. Why biological women feel disrespected by trans women. No shit.
Well, and the people that need to watch this video the most are the people who would fucking cry if they watched half of this video. Like
Sherlock. They feel disrespected because you keep running in all their damn spaces. We done made women sports so women can have their own shit. And you got men up in there swinging their little ding-dings around. We got women's locker rooms so they can be away from men. And you got men in there over there swinging their little ding-dings around. You have women's, we literally separate them for a reason. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're two sexes. It's completely different. If you have any other opinion, I'm down to discuss it in the comment section. I am. But no, it just doesn't make sense. It's dumb. And if you're out there right now watching this video, I hope you have a sigh of relief and that you're not alone. I feel the same way. I be looking around like, this shit's stupid. Like, stupid. Can we focus on, like, curing cancer and, you know, stop cloud seeding and, you know, maybe help America's infrastructure? But here we are. I'm going to be fucking Captain Save-A-Ho for the regular gays out there to say, hey, we respect women, biological women. I don't want you re-raised. I do want you to have your own spaces. And I'm sitting here getting all the death threats, called transphobic, bigoted, the whole nine, for having a simple damn opinion. Ooh, these trannies. I'm not even a biological woman and this shit be pissing me off. This shit don't make no damn sense.
Oh my God.
Offensive?
Calling me a cis woman is offensive. Well, you are one. Facts over feelings can't change biology or whatever. Also, you the last one. You are the last one, Miss Ma'am, to talk about facts over feelings.
What?
The last one. The fact is, you're a male. The fact is, for biological females to want and desire for them to have their own spaces, that's okay.
But if a woman was to flip that around and say that trans women are biological males, they would be eaten alive, cancelled, called a TERF, a bigot, a transphobe, all of the names in the books.
Come on now.
Do people really not see how contradictory that shit is?
Hypocrisy at its finest. If a biological woman went out there and said, okay, if you want to say that I'm a cis woman, then I can say you're a man. Let biological women say, you're a man. You're just a man. Oh, canceled. Phobic. Bigoted. Gonna be on your TikTok crying like an old homegirl in the beginning of this video. Boo-hooing. It's pure hypocrisy, and I do think we've gotten to the point where we have to make it clear. We have to be more honest, you guys, and just have open conversations and not have the fear of being canceled, of being called a bigot. Because we do need to talk about this. And there's ways to go about it. We can be more calm. You can be, well, can you? You can be more calm with like your immediate crew, your immediate family and friends, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like you're gonna have it easy. I can't sit here and say it's gonna be the easiest road to confront these types of ideas from a rational point of view. You can do it, but it will be hard. That's a little trade-off, but I think the trade-off's worth it. I do. I genuinely do, and I think more people like this woman right here, some of the women we've gone through in this video, who have been vocal about this, you should be like them. Otherwise, shit's just gonna continue to hit the fan. Because like we need to have conversations about how there's a difference between biological women and trans.
Well, it's just nobody benefits from society not living in reality. Like the more people you have that don't live in reality, the shittier your society is just gonna be. You need people to like understand what's real and what's not real.
Trans women and the amount of entitlement, the amount of spaces that trans women are invading and encroaching real biological women on, it's getting excessive.
It's representation. And when I tell women that they're jealous and their response is, how could I be? Look at you.
Oh.
That's really what it's all about.
Okay, this is a lot. This trans woman is saying, she tells biological women that they're jealous of her. I don't think it's so much as a jealousy thing, more so as a disrespectful thing. What we've gotten to in this video,
Holy
we talk
shit,
about a lot.
bro. What the fuck, dude? That's like a 5-year-old's response to criticism is, you're just jealous. It's like middle school girl. Like, oh, she must just be jealous of me. She's jealous.
This channel too. Biological women want their own spaces. They want their own communities. The same way the trans community want their own spaces. They want their own communities. The gay clubs, everything, all of that. Biological women want the same, and I think that's perfectly fine for them to do. That doesn't make them jealous. Calling you out doesn't make you jealous. It's just the reality of the matter.
Yes, we are women inside of here, but they can't see inside. They only see our physical, and this physical is what has you in an uproar. You can call it fake, you can call it this, you can call it that, but it's mine. There's a lot of biological women out here with fake breasts and ass and hips and teeth. So why aren't their bodies fake? Y'all are jealous.
They are.
It is, girl, it's jealousy. And they need to be reminded of that. And again, when I speak like that, it's not all women. You know, they be quick to be like, oh, y'all hate us, y'all are jealous of us. No, sweetie, if y'all left us alone, there would be no problem.
If you left them alone, there would be no problem.
Exactly. They're the ones that this motherfucker's the one trying to get in with the women. What do you mean?
If you left the biological woman alone, got up out that damn bathroom, got up out these sports leagues, got up all out their spaces, I think it would be fine. We need more rational people opening up the doors for conversations and talking about this. We do. I really encourage all the women out there watching this video right now, and even though the gay dudes that be in the spaces and regular women, whoever, everybody, to share your opinion. Speak out loud. You can do it in a way to where you're not going to get that canceled, but I'm not going to sit and act like you won't by some people. But shit, do you really want to keep going through this, or do you want to be vocal and share your opinion and say, hey, I'm not hateful, I'm not bigoted, but I do have this one critique, this one opinion that I think is fair to talk about and discuss. That's okay to do. And more of us need to stick up and say that. But the more we don't say anything, the more we just accept this lunacy, the more we sit out here and don't push back on some wild claims and definitions that don't make sense and everything. It's just gonna keep devolving into craziness. It's clear as day why biological women are starting to feel even more disrespected by trans women. And it's because most trans women don't have a set definitions of anything. They're just so demanding. So
it's just malleable. It just depends on whatever they feel like they want to be true at that moment in time. There's nothing consistent. There's no like everything is fluid. Everything is on a spectrum. There's nothing that's just concrete. So it makes it so that you literally don't have to you never have to be accountable for anything because you never identify with anything fully because you change what these identifiers mean on a day-to-day, week-to-week, year-to-year basis. So just you devalue the meaning of words, and it just eventually all of them are going to mean nothing.
Condescending, so entitled, so just disrespectful.
It's like the fucking left calling everybody a Nazi to the point where it literally means nothing if somebody calls somebody else a Nazi. Like it's a nothing burger insult at this point because it's just been used so much on people that didn't do anything.
Respectful to biological women out there, when off the bat it's the biological women who have their backs. A lot of the biological women we've gone through in this video have openly said, hey, I don't hate y'all. I just want my space. I just want to be able to have this conversation. And there's nothing wrong with that. So as always, let me know in the comments below what you think about all this. Are you a biological woman?
Well, yeah, dude, it's like, yo, dude, I'm really happy that you're my neighbor. I'm really happy that you live next door. But you have to stop walking into my house unannounced, dude. You gotta stop kicking my door down, dude. I'm tired of replacing doors. It's getting expensive. You gotta stop. Like, I love living next to you. Like, I'm sure your apartment is fucking sick. But you know why my apartment is fucking sick? Because it's mine. So, like, go over there. We'll be good.
Woman who's just fed up with the trans community? Are you someone that's trans that understands and tries to like advocate for biological women? Family drama, really can't wait for that.
All right, that was a good vid. Thumbs up to that. Let's hit him with the sub.